Good morning. I was just checking I was muted, not muted. Hope you're all well. It's lovely to be here. Sorry, I just noticed how fluffy my hair is when the camera comes up. Yeah, lovely to be here for a writing session this morning. I like to start the week with some writing, and doing these lives helps to keep me accountable, and hopefully it's helpful for you too. I'd love to know what you're planning to work on today, whether you're watching this live or if you're catching up later. Let me know what it is that you're working on. To be fair, it doesn't have to be writing. You just want some company while you're doing your emails, or maybe you're doing like householdy stuff, whatever you're doing. If you'd like some company, please do drop in. I think it's helpful. It's probably the ADHD in me. It makes me kind of, it's that body doubling, isn't it? The fact that you guys are here watching helps me to get on with my work, and hopefully it works for you too. How are you all today? What's occurring? What you've been up to? I've just got back from Cornwall. I got home yesterday about 6, I think I got in. 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. It was amazing. I'm going to be putting a vlog up at the weekend. I just took some little clips, so I don't know how cohesive it's going to be. But yeah, I want to share that journey with you. And on TikTok, I'll do like a little highlights thing as well. But yeah, absolutely amazing. I very much recommend the place that we went to, which is called Marazion. It's just outside of Penzance, and it is so beautiful. I really want to take my kids down there this summer because they would love it so much. I was there on a work trip, but I'd love to spend some like leisure time down there. So lovely. I wish I could have explored more, but I was literally there. So I arrived, let me think, Friday night at about 9, worked all day Saturday. Well, I mean, there was also like, I did get to go to a few events, but I was kind of busy, if you see what I mean. And then Sunday morning, I left at about 10 to 9. So I didn't really get to properly look around, but it was amazing. So yeah, I'll be sharing that later in the week. This morning, I just need to get my head back in the game. I took my laptop with me on the train, and I got some good writing sessions done on the train. So that's really good. So I'm going to carry on with where I was. I'm probably going to work on my nonfiction, which actually I randomly decided to announce mid-video last week. If you watched my reading wrap up, which I hadn't talked about the books that I've read for months and months. But in my reading wrap up, I mentioned that the book that I've been writing on is about karate. In the vein of me writing nonfiction stuff, there's a particular aspect of karate that I want to explore. But I'm having to do quite a lot of research. And it's interesting because when karate kind of started in the late 1800s, beginning of the 1900s, it was banned when it started in Okinawa, and it sort of evolved from a Chinese martial art. So everything was kind of passed down verbally. And so there actually isn't very much in the way of texts. So yeah, it's interesting trying to find sort of the research that I want. So I will probably, I'm planning to carry on with that. I got about 2,500 words done on the train. So I shall hopefully carry on with that today. But if I'm not feeling it, I'm also editing a novel, so I might get into that. And I've got a children's book to get started soon, but I don't think that's the one today. So that's my plan. Let me know what you are writing today. And yeah, we shall get into it. It was tricky to fit my laptop in my bag, so I had a suitcase with like books and all my storytelling resources in, and I also had a camping backpack with like my clothes, some more resources, some more books, and I managed to get my laptop in there, but it was all a bit of a squeeze. Managed though, it worked. So definitely if I needed to do something further afield, I can kind of make it work with a suitcase and a massive rucksack. So good to know. Right, I'm going to get into some writing. So I'm going to pop this banner up. Let's get into it. We'll do 3 15-minute sprints as usual, with 5-minute gaps in between. So I'm going to pop myself on mute, and I'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Okay, here goes. Okay, that was 15 minutes. So I hope you managed to get some work done this morning. How are you getting on? What are you working on? I just getting my head back into it. This first writing session on a Monday is always a little bit slow. Yeah, just kind of this book at the moment I'm working on in bits, and it's kind of the bit that feels like I want to work on it. I'm not, what I mean is I'm not being massively logical about it. I'm kind of just, I've got a structure written out and I'm just going in where I feel like I want to write at the moment rather than going through it logically. So yeah, but it's going okay. I also keep having to go onto my reminders app because I keep thinking of things that I need to do today. And I'm not entirely sure yet whether I am working in a school tomorrow or not. I suspect I probably am, which means that any admin that I need to do that today. Handwriting Space says hello. So hello. I hope you're getting some bits and pieces done. Yeah, so as I say, I kind of need to get my head in the game today. And then I'm probably going to be having writing days on Wednesday and Friday. I think that's how I predict my work will pan out. So I was saying on my How I Stay Organized video, if you've seen that one of the tricky things for me is I don't always know what my week looks like. So basically so right now I already have a booking for Thursday. So I know that I'm working Thursday. But then I've just told the agency other days that I'm available. And so until they book me, I don't know what days I'm doing. All I know is the days that I'm not doing. So Wednesday, I'm not because my friend's coming over to rip out part of our bathroom. So yeah, it does make it a little bit difficult to know what I'm doing and when. And I'm still in that position where, lots and lots of writers, lots of people who have creative businesses, in fact, have a second job. And I'm still in that phase of trying to get the balance right between what I earn writing and what I earn teaching, to make sure that I can pay the bills. And actually, my company year end is the end of this month. And I still don't really know how it's going to look. Yeah. So in terms of like taking a dividend and stuff like that, I don't really know. It's just tricky because running your own business, sometimes there can be a cash flow thing, like what money is expected to go in and out, but it doesn't always go exactly when you thought it would. And when it comes to year end, that then becomes a bit complicated because it kind of, so I know that what you can do is you can spread money out based on projects and when projects are completed and stuff. This is why I need an accountant, but right now I can't afford an accountant. Anyway, my point is basically, I don't know how my business is going to do in terms of dividend at the end of the year. And then next year, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay myself a salary. I think I might be able to. So that then just makes that balance really difficult. So as I say, that then impacts because my writing needs to be a little bit, I just have to fit it in when I'm not teaching. So it's every week is unpredictable, but that's just the way it is, and it works. And I'm really grateful that I have that opportunity and that I can be flexible and that I have people around me that can support working that way. And that right now that works really well. So yeah, that's the situation basically. So I'm going to carry on writing. I like these saying hi to each other. So Alpha Solace says hi to Handwriting Space. So yeah, I am going to get into some writing. So it's another 15-minute sprint, whatever you would like to work on. Then hopefully hopefully you get some stuff done. Let me know what you're writing. It's always nice to share. Say I'm doing a non-fiction piece about martial arts, because that's what I fancy writing at the moment. So I'm going to mute as usual, and I'm going to stick up the banner. In fact, I'll do that now. We're going to do a 15-minute writing sprint, and I'll see you back here for a chat afterwards. Okay, that is the end of that writing session. So take a break, have a breather, drink your cold coffee. How are you? How's it going? It really is cold. I hope writing is going well for you. We've done 2 sessions so far. I have a lovely comment from, do you know, as thou art, do you know what? It took me a second to divide up the name, even though this is somebody that I chat to on social media quite a lot. Says, just turned on YouTube and saw you were live. Thank you very much. So yeah, I am live most Mondays at 9:30, give or take the odd Monday when I'm not. As I've said on here before, well, life just lifes. So last week was bank holiday. I did plan to go live on the Tuesday, and then I ended up in a school on the Tuesday, so that's why I never actually went live. So bank holidays are tricky, school holidays are tricky. In bank holidays, I will try to do the Tuesdays, and in the school holidays, I will try to get on in the mornings, but it just depends on the kids. So yeah, it is most Mondays. And I'm thinking, as well as these live writing streams, if anybody would like anything else live, so I don't know, Q&As or like sort of other kind of work alongside me sessions. As I say, personally, I find it easier because of the body doubling side of things. Like, I can't really get distracted because you lot can see me. So I'm not going to just wander off and start doing other jobs. So I find it very helpful personally, and hopefully it's helpful for you too, to just sit and have some company while you crack on with your work as well. So yeah, I am just, tippy-tappying away, doing little bits. It's going very slowly because this is quite a challenging project, because there's a lot of research, as I said earlier. It's funny, I really like writing nonfiction. I find it easier than fiction, but I do get to this point where I'm kind of having to do lots of research, and I'm a bit like, and I have to keep reminding myself that I like it. So yeah, that's a thing with doing research. It's like, I enjoy it and I also can't be bothered at the same time. But I think that's the nature of writing. I don't know how you guys feel about it, that you sort of have to make yourself do it, and you do enjoy it, but you also don't enjoy it at the same time. It's a really strange kind of dichotomy. So yeah, my writing day rhythm is to start the day with some writing, like I'm doing with you guys live once a week, and then get into all the other tasks, try and get the writing done. And then I feel really kind of accomplished, and yeah, it feels like I did something good. It did feel really good actually to write on the train over the weekend. Oh, my dog's got up. Always a bad sign that she might start causing trouble. Or she's going to sit down again. Maybe. Yeah, it's funny because I had this romantic notion of working on a train, and I got my laptop out, and the screen glare was crazy. I couldn't really see what I was doing, and the Wi-Fi was awful. And so it's like, I went through a phase where I was like, oh, I'm going to work in the garden, or I'm going to work on the beach, or, sunny spots, but you can't, because you can't see the screen. So it's like, I have these lovely ideas, and then it doesn't really work. But there we are. So yeah, I am going to do a wee bit more writing. And then other jobs that I've got today, I've got some emails I need to send. I have 2 new stockists for my book, so I need to send them some invoices and just, touch base with them. And I have got a new book in the works, and I need to send a quotation out about that. And sorting out some sort of school visit and talk bits and pieces. So I've got a few bits to do. And as I say, as these things are coming into my head, I'm sticking them in the reminders, because I feel like last week I was so focused on, well, a combination of preparing for going down to Cornwall and worrying about what I would take and how I would manage to actually transport it on the train, just physically, what I needed, how things would work when I was down there. but also trying to fit in teaching as well in that week. And it was very stressful. But this week, because it's a full week, it's not bank holiday, I'm not spending a day traveling, it just feels very doable. So there's less stress this week. So anyway, I'm going to do a last 15 minutes of writing, and let me know what you guys are working on this morning. Yeah, so our last writing sprint, you can get loads done in 15 minutes, I find, and that timer, it really helps. You'll probably see me putting my music on once I'm muted. You can, I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to my smart speaker behind me, either that or telling my dogs off. They're asleep on the sofa, so all being well, they stay that way. Okay, so let's do another writing sprint. I'm going to mute myself and I'll see you back here in 15 minutes. All right, that's your 15 minutes up. Just as my washing machine has started to spin. Can you hear that? Possibly not. So that's the end of our 3 writing sprints for today. How did it go? Did you get some writing done? As always, even if you don't watch this live, I know some people watch this afterwards and, have me as company when I'm not technically live. So still let me know what you're up to. And what you managed to get done. I got a couple of 100 words done. It was more about research and more about sort of settling into the week after a lot of chaos. It does take me a little while to kind of get into that space. But I am pleased with what I've done. I've been doing some research in that little section we just did about mental health and looking at rates of mental health, which is very, very interesting. I actually might put a post up on my social media in a minute, just because, you never know when people read things. And as it's fresh in my mind, if I post something, that might be the right time for someone else to read it. So I think I might stick something up on a couple of my social medias when I go offline. But if you're watching this right now, just be kind to yourself and check in on the people around you. Anyway, yes, some good writing done. I am pleased with that. So for the rest of the day, as usual, I am doing some volunteering every Monday. I volunteer for the afternoon. Do you know, I always feel like I should hide. Well, not hide. I don't know. So I'm wearing my volunteer top, it's this side, for Deal Breastfeeding Support Group that I go and volunteer with as a breastfeeding counsellor. And because I live stream every Monday and I volunteer every Monday, I do sometimes change my top or put a jumper on or something, not because I'm in any way embarrassed. I'm extremely proud of what I do. But I worry, number one, about wearing the same thing all the time. But number two, it's that kind of, I don't know, not endorsement, but what I do writing is obviously a separate thing to what I do volunteering. And although I mention it and I'm proud of it, I separate things in my life. Does that make sense? But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that. Before I do that, I have lots and lots of little tasks, emails and odds and bobs that I need to do. So yeah, it helps me to start the week with all of my sort of to-do lists up to date, all the emails and messages and paperwork type things done and started, so that then the rest of the week feels a bit more manageable. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's my plan really. I am going to finish off the little bit that I was writing just now, and just get some thoughts finished off, because I don't want to sort of stop mid-sentence. So yeah, that is my plan. As I said, I am here generally, not always, but generally on a Monday at 9:30. I do try and schedule this beforehand, but I don't know if it works. So if you see on my YouTube channel the upcoming live, then I think you can hit that and it will tell you when I'm going live. So, but I'm not sure how well it's working, because I stream through different software, just really so I can put up banners and things, because otherwise it's just me sat here with them. And I think it's helpful if people are dropping in to see where we're up to. So I don't know. But yeah, so you can do that. As I said earlier, I'm not always here. Things do come up sometimes. If it's bank holiday, it will be Tuesday. But generally I am here. So when I am here, I'd love for you to join me, and we can do some writing together. Right, I am going to go and crack on with some other bits and pieces. I hope that was helpful. Hit like, leave me a comment, all of the things. This week, as I said, there'll be a video vlogging my experience at Sea Week Festival, so you can look forward to that on Saturday. Thanks for joining me today. Have a lovely week. I hope you get lots of writing done, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.